All right, this is a spooky commercial because it is October. And no worries. I'm going to go back into the light here. So, I just got back from the NX Annex Art House. Yes, I will have lights here shortly. But this is a commercial that starts in the dark, almost like how you and I are in the dark. We feel kind of lost and we need to get in touch with that creativity or that pet or that hobby of cooking magnificent meals. But I'm talking to you about writing workshops for adults. Now, here in Bakersfield, due to popular demand, I'm being asked by many adults to have a writing workshop. Now, we've had writing workshops in the past and published our stories. We've performed our stories. And we performed at the Empty Space Theater, for example, 1 year. And so here's the bottom line, it's about time. It's your time to write that book, that poem, that story, or to just swim in the deep waters of your creativity. And so I've put all the work in so you don't have to. You can just basically show up. I've done so many of these workshops that um, really I've learned to not overly prepare for them, because what I like to do is ask my would be participants and give them a series of choices of workshops. And that way, yes, it's kind of figured out, but at the same time, it gives them some choice in the matter. It helps me in designing a good program. And that's my style of tutoring that I've learned. Um, it's it really is advanced to be able to do that, because people who don't know their material that well have to overly prepare. I've been through those stages, and I've learned that I know enough now at this point where I can pretty much throw together a workshop. I just have so many strategies that have helped me to publish. And yes, I'm multi published. I've been on Valley Public Radio, papers, academic journals, anthologies, and published my own poetry book. So think of it like a flow state. In a flow state, you have all your tools. You're in the kitchen. You have all the dishes you need. You have all the ingredients. You have the space. You have the timer. You have the recipe. All you need to do is implement. The dishes are not a worry because those are being taken care of for you. So imagine cooking that meal and it's just a flow state, and your family is so happy with what you've created. And all you did was show up. That, my friends, is when work combines with play. And it's almost a spiritual activity. When you climb into that kitchen, into the skin of a gourmet chef. Well, that, my friends, is what my writing workshops are like. You just show up as you are, and you meet with other adults, and there's a human connection. One of my friends who was in one of my workshops said, "We felt like you, Kevin, were like a spiritual leader, almost like a pastor to us." Well, that was a high compliment, but I think that speaks to the fact that I'm most energized when I see adults connect with something deep inside of them that is desperate to crawl out. But for whatever reason, we've allowed life and responsibilities to get in the way. So this is my invitation to you. Spots will fill up very quickly. We have the Annex Art House at 616 18th Street. This will be the place where we have this workshop, probably once a week. You'll get addicted to it. You'll see those stories that you want to write come out. The last thing I wrote was a 300-page book about my father's life. I wrote a story today. I did 3 revisions from concept to story up to Google Classroom for our English students at school. It's an original story. And so I'm not just a teacher, I'm a doer. You want to learn how to fix a car? Learn from somebody who fixes cars. You want to learn how to write? Learn from somebody who's published. Right? You want to learn how to paint? Learn from a painter who sells paintings. Right? So there it is. Message me, DM me, call me, 661-699-9387. Text me, because this will fill up quickly, because I already have probably 5 or 6 adults. I'm already probably half full. I probably will only have 12 participants in this. All right? I'm not going to need to give you references. If you want, sure. Talk to some of the folks who've been in the workshops. I've had a Stanford graduate, a Cal State student, a publisher in my workshop, a music teacher, and a counselor, a mental health counselor, all in my last workshop for adults, and we published. All right, so don't think about it, act on it, because you could always change your mind after you say yes, but not after we start. I'm only looking for committed folks, but we'll figure out the days and the times that work for everybody, because right now I'm focused on the high school workshop for 10th graders. 1 hour of creative writing workshop on a Saturday, 3 to 4 p.m. and 4 to 5 p.m. academic writing. What could be better? Kids learn to love to write by getting involved in self-expression. 12th graders who hated poetry all their lives learn to like poetry, because we bring the wonder and the imagination back, and we free ourselves up. And you've never been to a workshop like mine. It's experiential. You don't sit at a desk. You don't sit at a chair, at a table very long. It's experiential. Okay, I could say a lot more, but when you experience it, you'll realize why. High schoolers are like, why did I not find this earlier? Okay, all right, but the focus is high schoolers, and just by accident, I decided, wait a minute, I'm getting a lot of requests for another adult workshop. Adults are different. Some of them have a deep need for connection. With students, it's not so much about that. Yes, I have creative writing students as well that I tutor across the nation, but they're rare. Most students just want to survive. That's it. They want to get into a good college. Writing is not here in their heart. Okay. Adults are a little different there. Some of them are like, I have to do this. Okay. You know who you are. All right. So talk to me soon. This is for Bakersfield only. Online group tutoring is nationwide. You can ask me about that. I do it for high schoolers in a group setting only. Very small groups. Take care.